Mercedes enjoyed a great result at Montreal, with the team enjoying consecutive podium finishes, having anticipated a tough challenge at the Canadian Grand Prix, where the long straights and slow corners were not expected to suit the Mercedes package. The British duo qualified 4th and 5th, and Lewis Hamilton was able to make his way onto the podium. With the data they have from the last 3 races, the Silver Arrows do believe they are one big upgrade away from catching Red Bull, and the team expects to debut that upgrade package at Silverstone. Will we see Mercedes clinch the 2nd position in the Constructors Championship with ease with the newest upgrade package in Silverstone? On last weekend's Canadian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton finished on the podium, scoring the team's first consecutive podium finish of the season. The result at Canada is very much exciting for Mercedes fans, as the team expected a bigger challenge around the Montreal circuit. Canada is similar to Bahrain in terms of circuit characteristics. Bahrain and Montreal are both rear-limited circuits, fully comprised with slow traction zones. At Bahrain, the lead Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton finished 5th, 50.977 seconds behind the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, equating that with the 57 laps of uninterrupted racing, that equates to about 0.894 seconds. Both drivers of Mercedes complained about the high tire wear around Bahrain, along with the lack of rear downforce for better traction on slow-speed corners. But in the Canadian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton finished 3rd on the podium, 14.168 seconds behind race winner Max Verstappen. Over uninterrupted racing of 53 laps, the gap equates to about 0.267 seconds per lap. Some could argue that the gap to Red Bull was masked by track characteristics. But even at a different track like Barcelona, Mercedes was only 0.365 seconds adrift of the lead Red Bull. Around the last 3 races, the Mercedes drivers have talked positively about the upgraded car, with the Mercedes car having exceptional tire degradation, along with better aerodynamic performance. The only complaints the drivers have still is the lack of rear downforce, which hurts the drivers' confidence around the slow-speed corners. But overall, result over Monaco, Spain and Canada proves that Mercedes have indeed taken a genuine step forwards. Talking to media at Canada, the technical director of Mercedes, James Allison, talked about what improvements the upgrades have made to the car and how the car will fare around the Montreal circuit. What we did to move the car ahead in Barcelona was mostly in the high and medium speed part of the car, and we still have significant things to improve in the low speed. This track is mostly going around low-speed corners. Speaking after the race in Canada, Hamilton was asked how the W14 felt now it had been heavily upgraded. He replied, "In truth, it doesn't feel a huge difference to the beginning of the year. There are some elements of the car which do feel different and obviously with the upgrade, but it's just simply have a little bit more downforce on the car. But the characteristics of the car are very similar to what we had earlier on in the year, and so we need to. For the future, for next year's car, you need to take a lot of these different things off and change them for sure." Yes, major traits of the W14 are not solvable during this season, due to the budget cap making it difficult for the Brackley-based squad to introduce a B-spec car. And with the team introducing a significant upgrade at Monaco, rival teams do believe that Mercedes has eaten a lot of cash from the available budget. Even Andrew Shovlin talked about this during a Mercedes race debrief video, sharing his insights on how the upgrades have fared and how expensive the front suspension upgrade of the W14 has been for the team. But even with such difficulties, we do not expect the Silver Arrows to stay put. The team will chase lap time to try and hunt down the Red Bulls. A rear suspension upgrade is pending for the Silver Arrows, with much more development potential available for the team around the underfloor. Adding to this fact, Toto Wolff has talked about how much better correlation the team has been able to get between the track running and simulations. Toto Wolff talked about how this correlation issues was the cause for the team's below-par performance over the last 18 months, and the Austrian believes that this is a huge breakthrough for the team's prospects for the remainder of the 2023 season, as well as moving forwards for the 2024 car. The Austrian added, "I think we are understanding the simulations better," he said. "The time is correlating what we are seeing on track, and that's been our problem over the 1.5 years. We've seen good performance gains that are coming in the tunnel. We are seeing better understanding of what the car needs in order to go fast, what the setups need to look like. So generally, the steps are getting bigger. I think we are making good inroads." The Silver Arrows know where they are lacking now after the big shift in aerodynamic concept they made. The British driver duo of the Silver Arrows have said it many times. It's downforce that the team has to chase to improve the W14. And as James Allison has mentioned many times, how team is now focusing on improving the low-speed corner performance of the Mercedes machine with the team's future upgrades. Toto Wolff talked about the team's future development plans at Canada. The team boss revealed huge news as he stated that the team has continuous upgrades planned for the next 4 races before the summer break. Wolff pointed out to be wary about 2 major upgrade packages, as he revealed that a huge package will be brought to the British Grand Prix. We are bringing a larger one to Silverstone, then we should have another one before the summer shutdown, Wolff said. It's just that the learnings have accelerated a lot since we changed some of the conceptual architecture. There should be decent steps coming in the next 4 races. According to certain reports, the upgrade package the Brackley-based squad bringing to the British Grand Prix is bigger than what they brought to Monaco. Now, between racing fans, the Monaco upgrade package was what caught headlines, and that will remain the same even after more upgrades being introduced at Silverstone. That will be due to the side pods upgrade the team made at Monaco, and visually, that is the biggest upgrade the team will be able to make. But the Silver Arrows potentially will build up on the upgrades they brought to Monaco. Possibly, the team will make changes to the rear suspension, the floor, and much more to the rear end of the car, things which we probably cannot see, dictating much of these modern Formula 1 cars' performance. The floor of the W14 is something that will be closely worked on, as this has been confirmed by the old and new CTO of the team, James Allison, as the tech genius of Mercedes believes that a lot of performance can be gained by tweaking around the floor in the wind tunnel. Possibly, the Silverstone upgrades will be much bigger in terms of impact than what we saw back in Monaco, which translated to Spain and Canada. And then even afterwards, the team has a second planned upgrade package for Hungary or Belgium possibly, which could solidify the performance gains of the W14, putting it that close to the Red Bull, providing the Mercedes drivers with the pace to fight for race wins. The 7-time world champion believes that the team is now moving on the right direction in terms of car development, and he hopes that the team is able to deliver much more performance with the understanding the team now has with this new concept. We're on the right track, we just need to keep adding performance. I'm really proud of everybody and I have full faith we'll get there. Again, Mercedes have some more things they want to bring these new upgrades, and the traction issues on low speed sections are still in part of the DNA of the W14. They've got some issues to solve over there, and Hamilton says more downforce on the rear is what they want, for better traction and less air resistance, giving a big performance boost. But apparently, this new Silverstone upgrade is going to address a lot of those things up to a certain extent, with aerodynamic testing regulations giving Mercedes with 17% more aero time than Red Bull, and with the allocations being recalculated by the end of June. The Silver Arrows will try to make the best out of what's remaining, as after the recalculations, with Mercedes standing P2 right now in the Constructors, the Brackley-based squad will lose 5% of aero testing time in the wind tunnel and CFD facilities. Asked from the man himself if Mercedes has any chance of closing the gap to Red Bull this season and be able to fight for race wins, Allison said, "Can this car become competitive enough to win a race this year? Yes, it can. Can we, if we do the right things, be in the championship fight for the following year? Even more yes." With his comments, Allison has fired an indirect warning toward Red Bull and indicated that Mercedes is coming to hunt the defending world champions down. With 2 major upgrade packages tipped to be arriving before the summer break, and with the team believing that they are just one upgrade away from catching Red Bull, what do you guys think? What are your expectations from the Mercedes Silverstone upgrade package? Do you think closing the gap to Red Bull this season is a realistic task for the Silver Arrows to achieve? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section down below. We'd love to discuss it with you. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads to keep yourselves up to date about the 2023 Formula 1 season.